Hello, Newcastle fans. Before we dive into this bombshell that's shaking everyone, let me remind you, hit that subscribe button here on Newcastle Mania and come and join this black and white army. Just imagine this. The greatest idol in Newcastle United's history, Alan Shearer, comes out and drops a heavy response about Alexander ISAK right in the middle of the saga with Liverpool. He didn't hold back. So the star has created a S*******Y situation inside the club, and that landed like a bomb among the fans. I'm Rodrigo, and you're watching Newcastle Mania, the channel made by a fan, for fans who are truly passionate about Newcastle United. You blinked, and suddenly Newcastle is making headlines everywhere. And today, the story we're going to break down involves Shearer, ISAK, Eddie Howe, Liverpool, and a never-ending soap opera that just won't go away. But first, just a quick word. Remember those Chelsea fans who said this channel wouldn't grow because our fan base is too small? Well, they are starting to shut their mouths because our numbers are going UP. So let's keep pushing together. If you love Newcastle and want to show the real strength of the black and white army, smash that subscribe button right now. It's completely free, but it sends a massive message. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers and show them who we really are. Right then, now let's get serious. When it comes to Newcastle United, there's no voice louder or stronger than Alan Shearer's. He's not just the club's all-time top scorer. He's the soul of St. James Park, the man who carries in his chest everything the fans feel. And this time, Shearer didn't sit on the fence. He went straight in, no messing about, and said exactly what he thinks about this messy situation with ISAK. According to him, it's a horrible situation for everyone. A real nightmare. Newcastle would need at least 2 big strikers just to even start thinking about letting ISAK go. And if they do let him go, the big question is, how much? In other words, this isn't just some random opinion. It's a perspective of someone who knows exactly what it means to wear the black and white shirt. Someone who understands the impact of losing a star like ISAK. And let's be honest, when Alan Shearer speaks, nobody ignores him. The fans listen, they respect it, and many times his words become almost law across Tyneside. That shows you the size of this debate. We're talking about a decision that could completely change the direction of this club. And here's the irony. All of this is happening right after the draw against Aston Villa. Newcastle basically dominated the entire game. It wasn't some weak performance. We had 61% possession, controlled the midfield, kept pressing, forced Villa to sit deep. 16 shots on goal against Villa's 3. That tells you everything about who was in control, who was chasing the win. But in football, domination means nothing if the ball doesn't go in the net. And here's the key question. What was missing? A decisive striker. That killer who makes a difference, who turns dominance into victory, who doesn't waste chances. And that's exactly what Shearer pointed out. He saw what happened out there and, like everyone else, he didn't let it slide. The greatest Newcastle idol looked at that performance and basically said, you can't let ISAK go now. Because if in a match like that we already lacked a finisher, imagine this team without its main striker altogether. On social media, the reaction was instant and explosive. Newcastle fans didn't hold back. Timelines were filled with passionate comments. A lot of supporters were saying things like, if even Shearer, who always defends a club and hardly ever calls players out like this, is upset, then something really has to change right now. Others were even harsher, saying the team can't just depend on ISAK's goodwill, and that the board needs to act before the whole situation spirals out of control. And it didn't stop there. The British press picked it up straight away. The hugely popular podcast Arrest is Football, which always gets attention when Newcastle is mentioned, broke down every single word from Shearer. The tone was clear. This wasn't just a throwaway comment. It felt like a serious warning that something deeper is wrong behind scenes. Gary Lineker, Shearer's co-host, didn't hold back either. He reminded everyone that ISAK has just come off a stunning season, scoring big goals, becoming a fan favorite, and even lifting a historic trophy with Newcastle. For Lineker, trying to force a move away now, right when the club is growing, is a massive mistake. He went straight to the point. This isn't the kind of behavior you'd expect from a player who has just made history. Lineker's words hit just as hard as Shearer's, and when the 2 greatest strikers in English football are saying the same thing, it becomes almost impossible to ignore. The pressure on ISAK and on the club is only getting bigger. Behind the scenes, things are tense. Eddie Howe has been pushed by the board and the media to give a clear answer, but his response was calculated. Nothing has changed. The door is open, but he needs to decide what he wants. That sounded like a message straight to ISAK. In reality, Howe has washed his hands of it. He's made it clear he won't beg anyone to stay, and that the squad needs full focus. The message is simple. Either ISAK commits 100%, or the club will move on without him. Sources close to the dressing room say some players aren't happy either, and it's easy to see why. This kind of uncertainty can really damage the group's morale. Howe knows he can't let one player's drama ruin the preparation for the whole season. That's why he wants a quick resolution. He's demanding clarity, because the last thing Newcastle needs right now is internal distractions. Meanwhile, the board is watching closely, weighing up the options: hold on to their star at all costs, or cash in on a massive sale that could reshape the club's transfer market. And here's the truth: ISAK isn't just any player. He's the star, the one who wins you big matches. But if he's not fully committed, can you really hold on to him? SHEARER, Lineker, and even parts of the fan base are saying the same thing. This saga has already dragged on too long. We've seen this before with other clubs. Remember when Coutinho forced his way out of Liverpool to join Barcelona? Or when Kane was desperate to leave Spurs? In every case, the club came out bruised, but survived. The question is Newcastle ready to lose its main man at this moment? If ISAK really leaves, the impact will be huge. We're not just talking about losing any striker. We're talking about the club's biggest name, a player who makes a difference and who the fans already adore. His exit would force the board to move quickly and smartly in the transfer market. At the very least, they'd need to bring in two major signings, players who could carry the responsibility of keeping Newcastle competitive in the Premier League in Europe. Alan Shearer was clear. That's the only way the move could make sense. If the club brought in players of similar quality, then maybe the pain would be softened. But if nothing happens and ISAK still goes, it would be a disaster. On the pitch, the team loses its goal machine. Off the pitch, the connection with the fans takes a hit. Frustration and betrayal could start to take over. In other words, this isn't just a football decision. It's emotional. It's strategic. Newcastle has to prove it can handle the challenge, plan smartly, and stay strong. If not, this whole saga could damage the season and even the long-term project. And that's where it hurts the most for us fans. After winning a historic trophy and living our best moment in decades, we could now lose our biggest star because of poor direction. Shearer summed it up perfectly in just a few words. It's horrible for everyone. So, what do you think? Toon Army, should Newcastle hold on to ISAK no matter what? Or would you let him go if two top strikers come in to replace him? Let me know in the comments, because your opinion is part of this story. That's another video here on Newcastle Mania. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and share it with your black and white mates. The next few days are going to be absolutely massive, and you won't want to miss a thing. This is Rodrigo from Newcastle Mania, and I'll see you in the next one.